Good afternoon to all of you. I'd like to welcome you to the 10th anniversary symposium for Carnegie Mellon's Traffic21 Institute. My name is Chris Hendrickson. I'm the current director of Traffic21 Institute in the Heinz School, and I'm also a faculty member in the College of Engineering here at Carnegie Mellon. Transportation research has a long history at Carnegie Mellon. We date back decades. But it was Henry Hillman's challenge and grant 10 years ago that led to the new Traffic21 Institute. That led us to recruit faculty and students from throughout the campus to deploy smart mobility technology, first in the Western Pennsylvania region and now across the nation and the world. Carnegie Mellon tends to be a hard-working university, but we thought it would be appropriate to pause and celebrate our 10 years of accomplishment at this point. More important, what we're looking for is to look to the future, to recalibrate ourselves, to kick off our next 10 years of research and activity. So this is a chance to recalibrate our efforts in our pursuit of innovating mobility for all. I would like to thank our sponsors for this event. At the gold level, Pitt, Ohio, and at the silver level, BAPS Callan, Comcast, and Robotics. I think there are representatives of all four here in the room, so wave your hands and say hello. Next, I'd like to acknowledge a few special guests in the audience who will not be speaking today. In attendance are Colton Fidel from Senator Toomey's office, somewhere out there. There you are. And Nate Navala from Congressman Guy Rushenthaler's office. Thank you for attending. We have an advisory council for Traffic21 and Mobility 21, and they met this morning, and they're a very useful group, and we very much appreciate their wisdom. And I'd like to acknowledge them: Ray Bettler, Rebecca Brewster, Robin Chase, Ty Gorley, Chuck Hamill, Ashley Han, Catherine Kellerman, Robin Klein, Jane Lappin, Ken McLeod, Jim Meisner, David Roger, Paul Skutilis, and Kirk Steidel. Please wave and thank you. Now it's a pleasure for me to introduce Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald. He was reelected this week. Congratulations to another term of office. We are proud to call him a neighbor of Carnegie Mellon and Allegheny County, a long-standing partner of Traffic21, especially with the Pittsburgh International Airport and the Port Authority of Allegheny County.
Well, thank you, Chris. And I guess if it wouldn't have gone that way on Tuesday, there'd be somebody else standing up here speaking. So I'm glad I'm here at my alma mater. It's always great to be here. And as I look across the room, I see so many friends and so many partners who work with us every day throughout the year around transportation and Traffic21. We've been big partners of this, literally from day one. And we're so excited about the things that we've done. I'm just going to give a couple of points that Traffic21 has been able to have us do. They were the ones that helped us develop the app of Tiramisu, which gives you real-time information about the Port Authority and when your bus is going to come. And that has really been used by a lot of people. Not that we're always on time, but we do our best. But at least you can check on the app to see where it is. The collaboration Traffic21 has done has helped us at the airport to become and are on the way to becoming the smartest airport in the world, so that you know on the parking app where your baggage is, how long that line's going to be to get through security, to get to your gate, all those things that are happening because of the partnership with Traffic21. They've also partnered with us on landslide detection, which is a big issue in Western Pennsylvania with the climate that we've had and climate change, how it's impacting our hillsides and our roadways, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, you know, as Chris mentioned, some of the companies that have spun off from Traffic21 with over 150 high-paying jobs with companies like Rapid Flow Technologies, Robotics, and Automatica. I hope I'm saying that right. If I don't, I apologize. But I also want to present, I do want to present a proclamation to Chris and the team, being on that it is the 10th anniversary. I think it's really exciting and the great work that they've been able to do. I won't read the whole thing, but some of the whereases are, I think, pretty important. Whereas in 2009, Carnegie Mellon University created Traffic21 to stimulate a broad community partnership to identify, refine, deploy intelligent transportation system technology and advancements to the region's system. Whereas with seed funding from the Henry Hillman Foundation, and we need to thank them, and I know those folks are here today, Dave and Ty, they've been great partners. Traffic21 began its work as a multidisciplinary research institute with the goal to design, test, deploy, and evaluate information and communications technology-based solutions to address the problems facing the transportation system of the region and the nation. Whereas Traffic21 is celebrating 10 years of deploying technologies that have improved safety, mobility, and the environment, its work has resulted in Pittsburgh being recognized as a smart city and has launched companies that are growing our local economy. Whereas for more than 150 years, we've developed transportation infrastructure that's been defined by industry and geography. Traffic21 is redefining that infrastructure through green innovation and technology by showcasing projects that focus on intelligent traffic and embrace cost-effective, efficient solutions. And it also is making sure that transportation is being designed with equity in mind, especially for folks with disabilities, seniors, rural communities, and people of all social and economic means, and that is so important. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, because of Tuesday, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim November 7th as Traffic21 Day in Allegheny County. I want to congratulate CMU and Traffic21 and Chris for the whole team that they do. Now, it's my pleasure to bring up a great partner who's been doing this for a number of years as well. Congressman Doyle is a champion that we turn to in this region as a leader in Washington, and he is a leader in Washington and has been for a number of years. And a lot of the things that we're developing through his committee, Energy and Commerce, and his subcommittee that he chairs, Communication and Technology, are so critical to what we're doing here. And if we're going to continue to grow the way we want to grow as a region, transportation is front and center of how we're going to do that. And Congressman Doyle's leadership in that has been tremendous. I'll just give you one last example. We were awarded a grant just yesterday by the Secretary of Transportation. We're going to thank her, Secretary Chow, when she's here later on. But working in a bipartisan way, Congressman Doyle and Congressman Kelly, Congressman Lamb and Congressman Rethenschuller, Senator Casey and Senator Toomey came together for the benefit of the region. I know all we read about is some of the things that are going on that don't deal with transportation and infrastructure, but this was something, this build grant for $18.7 million, it's going to help grow jobs, it's going to continue the manufacturing and improve our environment. Without further ado, let us bring up our Congressman, Congressman Mike Doyle.
Thank you, Rich. And the voters of Allegheny County showed their wisdom yesterday, giving you another 4 years. We're glad you're going to be there. I'm very pleased to join you today to mark this milestone for Traffic21. This has had a tremendous positive impact on Pittsburgh over the last 10 years, and it's going to have an even greater impact in years to come. When you think about Henry Hillman, planting that seed, that investment that he made in an effort at CMU to make traffic flow faster and more efficiently, the investment has leveraged lots of additional resources and produced a significant return, speeding up Pittsburghers' commutes, reducing pollution, making our travel safer. It also attracted investment to Pittsburgh and produced new companies that are contributing to our economic growth. In short, it made Pittsburgh a leader in the smart transportation world. Moreover, that success has spurred additional investments in research on using technology developed at CMU to address other challenges facing Pittsburgh and other cities around the world. That investment has helped make Pittsburgh a leader not only in smart transportation, but smart communities as well. The work that's been done here at CMU and Traffic21 has benefited our local residents, helped grow our economy, and kept our region globally competitive. And these accomplishments have only been possible because of a productive partnership that has been built to harness the capabilities and resources of government, academia, and the private sector. I think it's safe to say that a lot of Pittsburgh's transformation into the 21st century is due to the vision and collaboration of our community's leaders, and Rich Fitzgerald is certainly one of those leaders. We've worked hard here to make the most of our strengths. We're blessed to have these tremendous world-class assets in the field of high-tech research like those at CMU. And I was happy to play a part in securing the federal funding for this initiative. I know we have our Secretary of Transportation here today. I want to welcome her. I want to thank her not only for the funding we're looking at today, but for the funding we received yesterday at the airport. And we're glad to have her here in Pittsburgh today. And I want to commend CNU for applying your remarkable human capital to the challenges facing Pittsburgh and cities like it, and for doing it so successfully. And I want to commend our local governments and our other community leaders for working together in these public-private partnerships to make our region a leader in developing smart, sustainable communities. You know, it's no wonder that Pittsburgh's been held up so many times in recent years as a model for the nation. And finally, I want to recognize and commend Dr. Chris Hendrickson and Dr. Raj Rajkumar for their outstanding work that they've done spearheading this work and this effort. Keep up the good work. Good 10 years. Let's have another 10. Take care.
Thank you, Congressman Doyle and Executive Fitzgerald, for your very kind remarks. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Distinguished Service Professor Rick Stafford. Carnegie Mellon was fortunate to attract him back from his position as Chief Executive of the Allegheny Conference on Community Development in 2006. Within a few years of his return, he founded both Traffic21 and our Smart City Initiative, Metro21. We have a surprise. All right, before Rick comes up, we're going to call on Mayor Peduto, a friend of the university, a friend of Metro21 and Traffic21, and we're quite grateful to have you come and give us a few remarks.
Thank you, and I apologize I didn't get to hear the speeches by our county executive and our congressman, but to those that have been involved in this for, well, going on now the 7th year, you realize that it's a partnership. There is a true model, or maybe even a paradigm, that has been created between government and this university. The first of its kind MOU was created in order for the city of Pittsburgh to have an R&D department and Carnegie Mellon to have an urban lab. In other words, the opportunity to be able to experiment with shore track, which began in the East End 7 years ago, was unique. Governments usually don't have that type of ability. I can pick up a phone, I can call, and I can get a pothole filled most of the time. But I can't pick up a phone and say I need the smartest traffic signalization to be able to optimize the ability to get from one place to another while minimizing the amount of idling time in order to address climate change. Now I can. And it's not only that type of a partnership that came out of Traffic21. Through that MOU, Metro21 has now become a model that is being planned and phased in over 25 cities around the United States, where universities are working directly with cities. And now that model is being looked at by our sister cities as they are coming out of a post-industrial world into a 21st century economy. They understand the importance in urban areas of the ability to partner with universities. It helps not only to be the rudder of economic planning, but also the engine. And examples that we have been able to create, looking through the use of predictive analytics and artificial intelligence to determine where the next fire would be. And using that tool not only in order to be able to re-inspect those buildings and making sure that things like damper systems are working so smoke will not kill somebody in a different apartment unit, but using it as a tool for the economic growth of tomorrow. Being able to create the product in Pittsburgh through partnerships with our foundations that help to fund that research, and a new company is born. And a new company is born. And a new company is born. An urban lab and an R&D department that have been a part of the chemistry of this city for over 100 years, now formalized in a working relationship in order to be able to serve the people of Pittsburgh and to change the world. Happy birthday.